All right. What's up, everyone? We are live. Guys, it is time for us to lock in. Let's make this happen, guys. Let's make this happen. We're gonna have a great day. We're gonna lock in. We're gonna do our best. Well, the key is do our best, right? Do the best that we possibly can. Once again, it is a No News Monday. We should keep that in mind. Be thoughtful. But regardless, I still think that we should, watch the market, see if there's opportunity, and then show up again tomorrow. And let's keep going. So, with all of that, let's go ahead and pull up Forex Factory. Start with that. So, Forex Factory. Let's pull this up. So, like I said, today is a no news. Oh, we actually do have orange folder. I thought it was no news. So that's why we check, right? New home sales coming out at 10. I might want to start including yellow folder. I'm not sure. Do you guys think yellow folder is important? I don't know. Not super sure. But maybe we should start including yellow folder. To be determined if I start doing that. But anyway, for now, I'm just going to screenshot this. So we have new home sales at 10. We'll see if that even does anything. But anyway, screenshotting that. Let's go over to the Discord and say good morning to everyone. And yeah, let's lock in. Once again, it's a No News Monday, so there might not be a ton of opportunity, but we're still here. We're still showing up, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, news today. Post that there. Alright, so I got my demo account ready. If we take any demo trades, I got my Apex accounts ready. I got my Top Step accounts ready. Actually, the Apex accounts are not completely ready. I gotta redo the group because I got my old evals back. They showed up again. So now we need to go to manage groups. And I'm going to do, on each of the evals, I'm going to do $600 risk per trade. So that means each of these are going to be 3 cons. So, with that, I'm going to get out a pen and I'm going to calculate multiples of whatever that is. So that way, I can do the math with ease and not have to worry about it. So, okay, like I said, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 plus 12, 15, 18, 21. So we're going to be trading 21 contracts. So 9 plus 12 equals 21. So 21 contracts. We're going to do multiples of 21. That won't be too bad. 42, 63, 84, 105. We'll be fine. 21, 42, 63, 84, 105. And then what? Like 126, right? 126, yeah. And then 147. And I don't know. I don't feel like we're gonna go much higher than that. We'll write down all of them. 168. 189, and then 190, 210. So we got all the multiples of 21. So we are ready now for executing that if needed. And I just put in my trading strategy into Apex, so maybe they'll take my account off review. I hope that happen soon, but we'll see. Once again, if you guys don't know, my account's been on review because support hasn't been getting back to me, and it's been super frustrating because I haven't been able to buy any more evals on Apex. I don't know why that is, but you know, we're just gonna keep moving forward, even though I don't get it. Hopefully it gets fixed soon, so we'll see. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Once again, these are on eval, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Jake's accounts. So, once again, multiples of 21 today. And then I have the top step accounts as well. Let me turn this on for now. So, yeah, let's start doing some analysis, figure out what we got going on. For the top step accounts, I think since it tells me the dollar risk, I'm just gonna click buy one at a time until the dollar risk is what it's supposed to be. It's kind of, you know, maybe a oversimplified way to do it, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So anyway, let's go ahead and start charting everything up. See what we got going on. So once again, basically a no news Monday, but you never know. So on the higher time frame, right? Let's start putting stuff in the journal. Actually, you know what? No. And guys, I'm really going to try hard to make short form videos and long form videos every day this week. That's something that I've been struggling with, and I got to work on, you know? So I'm going to really work hard to do that. But yeah, here we go. So we have, I want to first note this. We have, let's go in my journal here. Okay. In my journal, I noted that this possibly was a giant CRT, right? Right, you see how we have this giant candle range and we sweep out the high of it. So kind of thinking maybe we go to the CRT low, right? Just a thought. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Random Ball. We're locked in, dude. I know it's no news Monday. Actually, there is news at 10 a.m. There's new home sales. But, like, still, like, we're going to show up. You never know. We could get opportunity. We're just here. We're just showing up. We're locking in. I do intend to be here every single day from now on. Like, really going to try and get enough sleep so that way I don't miss days anymore. I think it's really unacceptable for me to miss days, especially because the days in the middle of the week, they're higher probability anyway. So the main thing is going to be sleep for me. So I'm going to try and make sure I get to bed at a certain time, even if the videos aren't done, which ideally I get them done, but you know what, I'm not perfect, but I got to get to sleep at a certain time so I can get enough sleep so I can show up every day. That's a secret. So like I said, bearish SMT in 4, really interesting. Yeah, I really do think that's one of the secrets is getting enough sleep. 4 hour. Oh, dang, yeah. Yeah, I want to note, so this is the first thing I'm noticing. I noticed this actually last night, is this is kind of like a giant CRT. So I'm going to put this in my journal. It's possible. I'm not, once again, CRT, it's just a useful tool like anything else. It's not always right. It's not always wrong. It's just a tool, as is everything. So screenshotting that. So 1 hour bearish CRT. So we also have, so if we take a look at, you know, entering above the close. So in terms, remember that new model we made, the Genesis model? So anything above here would have been optimal entry, right? According to our new model, the Genesis model, where basically you enter above the close of candle 2. And yeah, you can see how all that is super, super nice for an entry so far. So where's... Right, so anything above the close of candle 2 is just, it's going to be a really clean area to enter to target the opposing end. So just a thought. Now we still got more to look at, so much more to look at. We literally just got on the charts, so yeah, we should look for SMT. That was you said there's 4 hour bearish SMT, random guy, so I'm gonna look for that. Oh yeah, that is a very nice SMT. Wow, that is a really, really nice SMT, random guy. Good spot. That is like one of the cleanest SMTs I've ever seen. Today, actually, we could actually have somewhat clean bias. And was that SMT with a specific high? Maybe previous week's high or previous day's high? It's not SMT with previous day's high, but it's SMT with a previous day's high. So still not worth wait. I guess technically this was previous week's high. No. I'm getting confused. There was no previous week's high SMT. Okay. Let's get rid of all this. You can't see my other screen. Whoops. So, yeah, we have SMT here. 4 hour bearish SMT. This is a really nice SMT, random guy. Good spot. So yeah, 4 hour bearish SMT. Very good spot with ES. Switch back to the other screen. Yeah. And the thing about this is, I was actually already thinking about this as a possibility, right? It's, if I measure out this displacement leg, I'm going to just do this to this. You could do from here to here, and then we're still in premium. We're actually right at equilibrium too. But what I was thinking is, we swept out these highs. What was this? Was it any high of significance? Yeah, we sweep out a previous week's high, right? Previous week's high. And then essentially we have aggressive displacement where we break this low. We break this low. So actually, let's make this white. And we break this low. And now this displacement leg we've retraced back up to around equilibrium, right? So it's definitely worth noting. I'm not saying that it has to mean anything, but you know, it could. Was there SMT with this high at all? I'm curious. Oh wow, there actually kind of was, right? Am I seeing this right with YM maybe? Because YM, man, it's actually not super clear. Actually, there was SMT at the high though. There's SMT at the high right here. Anyway, if it's not obvious, I'm not gonna. I was looking for an additional SMT. It's not obvious enough, so I'm not even gonna mark it up. But the one that is really obvious is this one. That one is super nice. Super nice. Oh, we should also consider like the monthly true open, which is because normally for the week you want to take a look at Monday 18 o'clock, but for the month let's just use the indicator. Let's have the indicator tell us where it is. Oh, it's all the way up there. We actually might need to go up there then. Yeah, maybe we need to come back up and hit the true month open. Once again, so this is a quarterly theory. It's basically like midnight, but for the month. That's kind of how I see it. And I think it is really useful because I think midnight's very useful, right? So, first let's just show this. That we have this gap that's in premium right at equilibrium. That's the first thing we'll look at. This is on the 4 hour. But once again, that doesn't mean that we can't come up and sweep this high, right? We could. We definitely can. Four-hour 22 model. That doesn't necessarily mean we can't come up and sweep the current high and purge deeper into the gap. Because look at also, what else do we have, right? We have, if you look at the true month open, from a true month open point of view, like I just was saying, right? We would need to manipulate all the way up here. So honestly, it's a possibility. So what is this anyway? Sunday, 18 o'clock? We'll just keep it like that for now. So, like I said, we might need to come manipulate this time level. It's possible. And if you think about it like this, kind of makes sense. Okay. Let's keep looking around. So, yeah, we definitely could push up further. And, you know, I mean, if I mark out this, I mean, this right here would be a Reaper for buy gap. Then again, though, that would not be above true month open. So, I don't know. Just kind of exploring thoughts right now. Not necessarily saying anything has to be a certain way, right? We're just looking around. Right now, nothing really obvious. So, I think this is just fine going on higher time frame and looking around. But I kind of have to use the bathroom. Well, I guess maybe this could be the Reaper gap right here, and then all of a sudden this would be very, very. Wow, this would if this happened, right? If this happened, that would be crazy. Once again, true month open and the Reaper gap above it, right? That would be really crazy. And what if there's a new day opening gap up there? There's a new day opening gap right here. Oh, you know what? There's a new week opening gap right here. That's the same. Oh, you know what? It's the true month open. The true month open's always going to be a new week opening gap, huh? Yeah, this would be literally random guy. Literally, dream scenario. Imagine we souped that. Because at this point, if we did come up here, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna go run those low resistance highs." But actually, no, right? The market was just filling this 2022 gap, and then we go lower. That's honestly, I could honestly see that happening. Right. So we'll just put this out as a possibility. Not necessarily saying it has to happen or anything, but you know, if it did happen, we call it, right? Because once again, right, we already have this bearish SMT, but we have not had an internal sweep of liquidity yet. So, you know, just a thought. And then maybe if we measure this out, Yeah, there's quite a bit of transactions here, so it actually kind of makes sense, right? We could sweep those transactions into that area. Okay, well, we're gonna put this in here as a possibility. Once again, we're just kind of gathering information. This level above the 2022 gap could be sensitive. True month open. Okay, alright, I have to use the bathroom. I guess let's just keep this up for now, right? Just a, possibility. Guys, I just realized something while in the bathroom. So the true month open is always going to be a new week opening gap. It has to be because it's going to be on Sunday, right at open. And the true week open is always going to be a new day opening gap because it's always going to occur on Monday at 18 o'clock. So I just kind of thought about that. And it's like, that's kind of crazy. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. I don't know if that made any sense, guys, but, like, it makes sense to me. Right? At this, the true month open is literally that first opening price on the second week of the month. That's always going to be a new week opening gap. You get what I'm saying? Just an interesting thought, which means, like, no wonder Day is so obsessed with new week opening gaps. I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me, but anyway, like I was saying, right? Maybe Monday, it's possible. It is possible Monday we need to manipulate. Elaborate. Oh, yeah. I'll elaborate. So, you want me to elaborate? Okay. So, true week open is always going to be Monday at 18 o'clock. So, watch this. Monday at 18 o'clock is going to be, essentially, it's going to be like the midnight time of the week. For the day, if you guys don't know, you want to see the manipulation occur below or above midnight time level. That's a key time. You want to see manipulation below or above. For the weekly range, that is Monday at 18 o'clock. So watch this. Monday at 18 o'clock. That is right here. So we want to use this as a reference point to determine manipulation for the week. This is always going to be a new day opening gap. You see how that's a new day opening gap? Monday 18 o'clock is a new day opening gap right there. That's see how that's exactly a new day opening gap? Kind of cool. So the true week open and the true month open are always going to be a new day opening gap and a new week opening gap respectively. It's kind of cool. I just realized that in the bathroom. Anyway, like I was saying, it's possible that, if Monday wants to manipulate, we might need to manipulate, like Monday might need to, you get what I'm saying? Because Monday typically is the manipulation day. So could Monday manipulate into there and then we get SMT? Honestly, I think it's possible. Just a thought. I don't know, but just a thought. So we're going to screenshot this. I'm not necessarily saying, like, this is going to happen because we do have that bearish CRT. We do have already SMT. But the thing about these SMTs is we often sweep the high, the internal high, while still holding the SMT. Like, does that make sense? People see the SMT, they go short too early, and then we have to sweep internal liquidity, and then we go lower. So that's kind of what I'm saying, is like Monday might need to manipulate, right? It's possible. Monday might need to manipulate for the rest of the week to distribute, so we might need to tap the top of the 4-hour 2022 for value gap. Just a thought. I don't know necessarily if that's going to happen, but it's a thought, right? Just exploring ideas right now. So anyway, so if we were to get a buy model, because right now we are generating liquidity. If we were to get a buy model up to this Reaper, what key level could be used to go up to there? And also, we'd probably need to come retest equilibrium of this displacement, right? So equilibrium of this displacement is right here. We probably need to rebalance this. So we have equilibrium. And then, once again, if we're anticipating a buy model up to this Reaper, which I think is possible, then what key level? I like this breaker. Wow, that's a good breaker. This breaker has SMT too, actually. I think this breaker has SMT. Yeah. So you guys see what I'm saying, right? this breaker sweeps out this low with S&T. So even if higher time frame's bearish, this 4-hour breaker might sponsor a model to go resweep that high. So once again, 4-hour breaker right here. And good chance we only tap the top of it. Maybe we want to use this as a 1-hour breaker. Do we have? Yeah, that 1-hour breaker is going to be way better. I'm not going to lie. That 1-hour breaker, that's going to be such a better level. So honestly, that's the level I'm going to be watching. I want to see this 1-hour breaker probably sponsor a buy model. Right, you see how this is just such a good breaker? Because it's the up close candle before this dump. And let's get rid of this and this. So maybe we need a low time frame buy model for us to sweep to get an in. How do I even explain this? So if we need a key level to sponsor a buy model, this 1-hour breaker could be nice. It's also perfectly at equilibrium of the displacement. Just a thought, right? So I kind of feel like that's just a super obvious breaker to me, right? This breaker just seems super obvious to me because it is the final up close candle before that giant dump that took liquidity with S&T. Once again, just a thought, but I am liking that. So once again, we could be drawing down to this 1-hour breaker. And so yeah, I could definitely see us having a buy model. Where's midnight? So midnight is right here. 7:30 is right here. 8:30 is right there. So we're below all of our time levels right now. And we don't have 9:30 yet. Any new day opening gaps down here? We have a new day opening gap right here that we're already holding. How's stat map look? So we're deep in we're below the statistical manipulation level. What about the weekly stat map? Once again, it'd be interesting to see if that manipulation level is right at that same area, like right here. It's a little higher, but it's in proximity, which is interesting. Yeah, look at this. The New York session manipulation level right at equilibrium. So we could even drop this down another time frame and look at see if there's a 15-minute breaker, right? Yeah, I'm liking this. Look at the New York session stat map, right? Session manipulation level lines up with equilibrium. Session manipulation level for New York lines up nicely with equilibrium of the displacement within this 1 hour breaker. So we might want to drop down a time frame, see if it's a 15-minute breaker. Right? And it is. We can see clearly it is. So this is going to be very sensitive, guys. This breaker right here on the 15-minute is going to be very sensitive. Maybe you want to use this one, but I don't know. I kind of like the one that comes right before the dump. This is going to be very, very sensitive, a very, very obvious level. So this 15-minute breaker is probably going to be even better. And we'll be below all of our time levels too. So, what if there's a 5-minute one? It is. It is kind of a 5-minute one, right? So this actually could be very, very sensitive, guys. Might even be better as a 5-minute breaker. And it's like perfectly in discount too. So I might look for a 30-second change in state off of this 5-minute breaker. Might be even better to mark it as a 5-minute breaker to get an ultra precise model. Yeah. What if it's a 3-minute one? Yeah, it is a 3-minute one. 2-minute? Yep. What about 1 minute? Man. It'd be crazy if I use this as a 1-minute breaker, but I'm not gonna lie. It's probably gonna work. It's probably gonna hold. It's a thought. It's definitely a thought. I mean, it's perfectly in discount of the displacement. I'd probably just use it as a 5 minute one. I think that's the safest way to go. You could do 15 minute. 15 minute one is nice. I will admit the 15 minute one. It's just very obvious. Probably hard to go too wrong, right? So maybe I use the 15 minute one. Maybe I take a 30-second change of state delivery on demo, right? But then because obviously, if you frame it as a lower time frame model, it's gonna be way more precise, but the chance for error is higher. Versus if I do a 15-minute, 1 minute model, still gonna be probably pretty good RR and less likely to have any room for error. If that makes sense. So this is kind of what I'm looking at, right? 15-minute breaker, then session stat map. And it looks like it aligns with our GB levels. Right? See how this would be the low of the dealing range? This is actually perfect. So, yeah. Once again, session manipulation level right there. And then session distribution level right here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for today, probably, is I want to see manipulation into that breaker, and then 1 minute change state delivery. Then I'll probably look for a buy model. And once again, it aligns with our session New York statistical manipulation and statistical distribution. It aligns with our GB levels. This idea as well also aligns very well with our GB range and also stat session. I said previously. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely an idea. Unfortunately there's no liquidity to sweep really, which is kind of annoying, but what up, Hyper? Once again, we're just kind of just making basic observations. We're still, looking around, but one thing I find very interesting is I can tell based off of look at how this breaker comes below this giant dump that takes liquidity, right? Whenever that happens, these breakers are always going to be super sensitive. And so I see how we're slowly curving down towards it. So I think, and it's also, keep in mind, it's perfectly at equilibrium of this displacement leg. I see us possibly forming a 15-minute, 1 minute model here. And then as well, it aligns with the session manipulation level. and it also is right at equilibrium, and it's also aligned with the GB levels. In fact, today I don't know what to do with this market. Fair, yeah. This is kind of what I'm thinking. And then look, the GB partitions. Look at this. Low of the dealing range. This liquidity sweep partition at the exactly where the breaker is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It looks really nice for a possible buy model, right? So that's kind of what I'm considering right now. Is once again. We have this low resistance highs here. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for today, in my opinion, right? So then there's session distribution level, and then what else was I saying? The other thing I was looking at is yeah, look at how those highs are staggered. I love that. So, there was something else I was gonna mark out. I can't remember. Oh, the GB levels. Yeah. So, right, this is the bottom of the dealing range, this is the top of the dealing range. It makes sense in the context of the liquidity, which is why I really do like this. 243 dealing range. Will that daily SIBI do anything to reject lower? Yeah, but we haven't had internal liquidity sweep. We haven't had an internal liquidity sweep yet. So you get what I'm saying? Like there's been no sweep of this high. So I think remember you know how Monday typically manipulates? I think Monday needs to manipulate. So even though daily higher time frames super bearish, I think, because the daily SIBI, right? I think we're gonna reject that, but in the short term, I think we need to get an internal sweep of previous day's high, and once again, Monday typically manipulates. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Monday needs to manipulate. So I actually want to see a buy model to go manipulate that high. That's what I'm thinking. But let me know what you think. Once again, you kind of have to fade everyone else. So a lot of people are going to go into the market today probably thinking bearish, bearish, bearish. But even though higher time frame is bearish and we have that bearish SMT, we got to be thoughtful and say, well, we haven't swept internal liquidity yet. We have not. So I kind of think we got to manipulate on Monday. Once again, feel free to disagree with me. It's fine. So, yeah. Just a thought, right? Bro, I won't lie. I have no bias. I favor all sides. Valid. It's very valid. Yeah, I'm keeping an open mind for sure. But I love this key level. I think at the very least, we'll probably react off this breaker to come back to maybe equilibrium of this range, which would be these highs. So let's say we're bearish and we continue lower. Well, then we'll probably react off of this for value gap. Whoops. This for value gap and premium, and then I'll be wrong, and I won't care because I'll still have caught this leg to go back to equilibrium. So I'm kind of looking for this right now. I mean, even if I'm wrong, then I can still catch this move back to the equilibrium of this price leg here. I love that random guy. You gotta have your own conviction. You gotta have your own conviction. I love that so much. Yeah, I kind of want to see us. I kind of want to see this price leg here. Probably be shooting for this price leg of the buy model if we did get it. So yeah, I'm looking for a 1 minute change in state off of the 15-minute breaker. So let's clean this up. And then we could drop down. We already know these time levels are here. They're kind of pointless. So is this. So is this. What up, pet? How are you? A lot of people are bearish today. For me, I think the week is going to be bearish. So I want Monday to manipulate up. Does that make sense? That's just my personal thoughts. You guys you can disagree with me. That's totally fine. But I am looking at this breaker. I think this could be very, very sensitive because it is the final up close candle before this giant move lower that takes liquidity, and we get SMT with ES. So even though higher time frame is bearish, I'm personally watching this breaker. I want to see us possibly get a buy model off of it, and then from there, I'd look for probably a 1 minute change in state off of that breaker to probably rebalance this range to equilibrium, and that would probably be my trade. And then I could leave a runner to go target the LRLR, but yeah, it's kind of my thoughts right now. And it's aligned with the session manipulation level for New York as well. So yeah, anyway, we'll just have to see. Dropping down to the 1 minute. Alright, kind of looks like accumulation here. So one thing you could do, right? Let's say you're looking to take profit for the day. Good place to take profit, ironically, is you don't know if maybe the day is bearish. And if today's bearish, then the market's probably going to want to manipulate midnight. So ironically, you could take profit instead of entering a position at midnight. You could take profit at midnight, ironically, which is kind of interesting. So again, just looking around. So yeah, this could be accumulation. So I'd probably want to see manipulation. I'd probably want to see SMT. So I'm looking at the other screens here. You should look at the 5-minute chart. Yeah, so yeah, we would definitely need to see probably some kind of SMT. I guess there is SMT right now, actually. We have SMT right now. I kind of wanted to see us come. I kind of wanted to see us come to that breaker, but maybe we don't. Right? This is kind of looking like an inverse value gap. But once again, I'm going to be precautious because I still think we might need to come down here and rebalance the equilibrium. This is a 15-minute gap, so keep that in mind, right? 15-minute gap. I might take this if there's S&T and it's really obvious. I could take it, right? 15-minute for value gap, and this is from this here to this here. It's in premium, so 15-minute premium for value gap. You could even call it a 5-minute premium for value gap. All right, there's market open. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think this is See, now we're gonna keep going higher, huh? Okay, all right. So, keeping my options open, right? A lot of people could be. I feel like it's possible that. I'll keep my options open, is what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking could happen, right? This could end up being an inducement to go lower. So it's kind of like a 5-minute gap. So maybe we drop down to the 30-second. And maybe we try this on demo, right? Let's try this on demo. Right, short when we get this change state delivery. Well, you can see this would have worked out. Yeah, right, you can see this would have worked out. I could not get on the chart in time to take that, but you can see this would have worked out, targeting that low. We could enter on the retest of it. It's a little more risky though because we already took this liquidity. So once again, like, this is kind of what I wanted to see. I want to see some kind of Judas swing into this breaker, which I find already, I find this breaker to be pretty high probability. I should probably get Top Step ready on my phone in case we get anything, But I gotta be ready. Once again, I really do think that I think this breaker could be very sensitive, right? And this could be the Judas swing. So yeah. So so I guess this was it's probably a 3-minute gap as well. So a way you could have taken this and actually have been able to take it is 3-minute for value gap and then 15-second change in state. Well, I guess 15-second inverse for value gap, and then you can take that down to those lows. And you can maybe even target the breaker. Once again, you see how the 3-minute aligns with the 15-second, 3-minute for value gap aligned with the 3-minute for value gap. 3-minute premium for VIGAP aligned with the 15-second. So, yeah, you could have entered on this too. I mean, it would have been a little low, but this is working out so far, right? So, I mean, I don't like it this low, but you know, it's an option. I'm not saying it's not, right? So we'll probably go down to the fourth standard deviation. Notice how it lines up perfectly at equilibrium. So that's kind of where I'm thinking we're gonna go. And yeah, at that point, once we tap that breaker, honestly, it's both a 5-minute breaker and a 15-minute breaker, right? The 5-minute version of it is going to be even more sensitive. So I'm going to mark out this because this is the 5-minute one. Essentially the same thing, right? 5-minute, 15-minute. So either a 30-second change in state of delivery or a 1-minute change in state of delivery, probably is what I'm looking for. This kind of depends. I mean, not 5-minute for VIGAP, 5-minute breaker. Once again, I see this as the Judas swing, possibly. Now, we have not tapped that fourth standard deviation. I kind of think we will. So we could try this on demo where we're going to retest this 15-minute change in state. I think we still need to go to the fourth standard deviation. So let's try this on demo where when we retest this, let's try and go short. I mean, you could even go, yeah, we're going to go here. So 6 contracts. So this is on demo. So I'm going to try that on demo. But reason is because I still think we have to finish this model. I think we have to go tap equilibrium. So I'm going to enter at that the 15-second change in state off of the 2-minute. What's the 2-minute? Anyway, this is on demo, right? I'm trying this on demo. I'm gonna put on a little demo thing so people understand. This is demo. So just so people know. So yeah, let's see if we get filled, and then I'll target the fourth. And then, yeah, I'll target the fourth. My stop is going to be at 512. Oh, really? Come on. Come on now. Why aren't you filling me? Well, let's see. Oh my gosh, I gotta make, yeah, I should make this smaller, huh?
Order filled.
Oh, we just got filled on demo. Okay, we'll see, we'll see. We'll see if this hits. Worth a try, but once again, it's not anything good enough for real, for sure. How do I change the size? How do I change the size of this? No, wait, actually, how do I change the size of this? I don't know how to change it. It's stuck being big. It is what it is. It's stuck being big. So yeah, if this stops me out once again, it's just demo. But we're just trying out this because once again, right? I still think we gotta go tap the equilibrium of this range. So I'm not convinced we're done yet. That's the main idea with this is I think that we need to tap the equilibrium of the range. But you know what? If it's wrong, then it's fine. It's on demo. How do I switch this? Once again. Nice, 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 nice. So we are at that OTE thing. Surprised it didn't get stopped out actually. Yeah, look at that. I think we went into tap OTE of that. So sniper model entry right there. So yeah, there we go. So now I'm targeting the fourth. And once we run that low, I'm going to go break even. Okay, I'm going to go break even. Wow, I'm actually really surprised. I didn't actually, yeah. I guess not yet, huh? I guess not yet. I guess not yet. I'm not gonna go break even yet. No, random guy. No. No. Rip. Okay, well, we're still in this. Okay, so I'm gonna go break even now. Or should I? Might just want to wait. I think maybe when we hit the second standard deviation. We could take two off, or okay, let's put the break even in. Oh man,
Stop
dang it.
field.
Stop that break even. But yeah. Man, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. It's totally gonna hit. I should not have gone break even yet. You guys see what I'm saying? This is totally gonna hit. But I shouldn't. Anyway, lesson learned. I should not have gone break even yet. But yeah, this is gonna hit. Once again, Jake trades at sniper model, guys. See how the sniper model provided the perfect entry? Bang, 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 bang. So, yeah, like I said, I think this is a possible draw on the Quiddy. Once again, I took that on demo, and that was a break even. So let's get rid of the demo thing now, because now you never know what we do now. But yeah, I think that break even was fine. I think it was a good demo trade, good break even trade on demo. You know what I mean? It's decent. I'm surprised we didn't get stopped out on the demo trade, but yeah. Anyway, oh, we forgot. We gotta look at 9:30 and 8:30. Where are our time levels? I want to see manipulation underneath all those. So we got 8:30 right here. So we need to look for SMTs as well, right? We still have random guy. Well, maybe it still goes up. Yeah, there's a reason I did that on demo, because once again, I'm still kind of anticipating us to. Yeah. Okay, so at this point, we have SMT with ES. We obviously swept out all those lows. Obviously, I wanted us to go down to this breaker, but we might not. It's also possible we will, right? Oh, where's the first percentage for value gap? The first percentage for value gap is 930, 931, 932. Okay, so it's right here. So notice how we're back testing it. So I want to see 5-second change in state. We just got it. Okay, I'm going to enter short on demo. Oh, dude, I literally can't open it fast enough. Okay, let's enter short on the retest. Okay, entering short
Order
on the
filled.
retest. So what I did is I entered short on the retest, stopped like this, and now I'm targeting the fourth standard deviation on demo. So fourth standard deviation is right here. Right, you see what I did? You guys see what I did? The first was entered for value gap. We got 5-second change in state. I entered on the retest of it. And now I'm going to target standard deviations of this. So I'll probably just, actually, you know, I'll probably just target the breaker, the equilibrium of the breaker. And yeah. 430. Let's just target, we actually could just target the second standard deviation. Let's just do that. Let's just target that low. So you guys see what I just did? You guys see what I just did, right? First presented for value gap was right here. And I'm going to go break even now. I somehow did not get stopped at break even. So but yeah, I'm on break even on demo. So once again, what am I doing, guys? What am I doing? I'm going first presented for value gap. That's not the one I wanted. Right? What am I doing? I'm doing first presented for value gap and then 5-second change in state. This is my first strike model, right? So you know what? Now I actually kind of want to target further because the fact that we went up and then back down is like, we should probably just keep dumping if we dump more. So once again, morning medbach. This specific trade is on demo. That's why those words are on the screen. But this is a 5-second change in state off of the first presented for value gap. Now I'm just targeting this low here. So it's kind of messy because I had to make the decision really fast to do on demo, but yeah, this low. Dude, how did I not get stopped at break even on that? Okay, I got stopped at break even on
Stop
demo,
filled.
which is totally fine, right? One thing we could do is we could try this again on the retest of the change of state right here on demo. Honestly, it's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to try it. Let's try it. This is on demo. So I'm trying this on demo again, right? We're re-entering, but we're re-entering when we induce this high. We're inducing this high into the change of
Order
state.
filled.
Okay. So we just got filled on demo. You see that? You see how we induce the high into the change in state? So now I'm gonna target the fourth. 436. Actually, this is a better inducement right here. So I'm targeting the fourth. So when we hit this low, I'll go break even. Did we already hit it? Okay, I'll go break even. So once again, what did I do? So, right, I went break even, or I went, so we should go now. I don't want to see us retest it. But like I said, right, we induced that high into the 5-second change of state of delivery of that first strike model that I made. And now we're running down to the fourth standard deviation. Possibly. Oh, we got stopped out again at break even.
Stop filled.
Whatever. That's 3 break evens on demo. That's okay. Once again, these are all demo trades, so. So let's clean up the chart a little bit because it's kind of messy, and let's get off the 5-second chart. Let's go on back up to the 1-minute chart. So now we're inversing this first represented for value gap a second time, possibly to the upside. Let's go ahead and look at S&Ts. So let's get rid of the demo thing. So now we're done with that. We did get bearish S&T at this high. So notice how the first represented for value gap is rejecting price still. So now, honestly, I want to try this again. 5-second change of state right here. Okay, let's try again.
Order filled.
We're trying it again. Here we go. Whoops. Why am I trying this again? Because first was in for value gap, we got a liquidity sweep, and then a 5-second change in state. My stop isn't even all the way at the high. And we have bearish S&T at the high. So what am I doing? Once again, first presented for value gap, we retest it, we got 5-second change of state. So I'm seeing if this is gonna work for first
Stop
strike.
filled.
And we got stopped out on that. That's okay. On demo once again, that was on demo. So, honestly, yeah, we're just consolidating now, and I thought that was a decent trade on the 5-second, right? You see how we get this obvious change state delivery after sweeping this high into the first presented for value gap. You see how this one ended up working? And I actually tried taking this one, right? I took this one, and I just targeted a little too far. We only went down to here. What me? I'm on demo. I'm on it's not, no, it's first presented for value gap, liquidity sweep, right? And then change in state. Once again, this was on demo, right? So this was the initial one I tried. So this was trade number 2 that I tried. And then it got break evened out. You can see that right here. Like this is very, very systematic, right? I'm very, look at this. Look at my other screen. Whoops. I took this exact trade. I tried this on demo where I entered here and then I got stopped at break even. I tried this one, this 5-second change state. But yeah, all of these are demo because these are not good enough for real accounts, obviously. So, okay, now we're about to inverse this. Kind of looks decent as an inversion. We just inversed it. Okay, I'm going to try this on demo. Right, once again, we inverse this first presented for value gap. That's essentially what this is, right? Okay. Let's try this on demo. Well, it's not going to let me enter, but if we retest this, I'll enter. Actually, you know what? We don't need to take a trade on demo. We're fine. We're fine. But once again, guys, we inverse that, so we might drive higher. You know what, guys? I really got to work on not taking so many trades on demo. But you can see this is pretty good. Let's actually go back to the other screen. Once again, that's all. This is all on demo, right? And I don't know why, but I can't hear order filled. Is that because my volume's off? Actually, you know what? We should do it like this. Yeah, there we go. I kind of like this best. Now I can actually see what's going on. Once again, I still want to see us go down to that breaker. So, we're above 730 at this point. We're below 930. We're above 830. Once again, I have not taken anything for real. I'll turn my volume up because I need to be able to hear if the orders get filled, right? So this 1 minute inversion is playing out. You see how this 1 minute inversion, we inverse this gap, and then now we're drawing up to this. So now, here's midnight, right? I'm curious now, okay, maybe this, since this is the start of the new 10 a.m. candle, maybe we get to move lower off of this. Once again, I wanted us to get manipulation into that breaker, and we have not got that yet. Gold, I'm not looking at gold right now. I can't. I have to stay focused. So we just tapped the session manipulation level. We swept out all those highs. You see how we swept out all these highs? So accumulation. We got liquidity sweep. We get S&T. Yeah, I gotta work on not taking so many trades on demo. Once again, still nothing high enough probability for my real accounts. So this kind of actually, this is probably manipulation, and then maybe we're gonna distribute. I don't know. Once again, considering all possibilities. I kind of like this 5 minute gap. So okay, once again, this is in premium. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. 5 minute gap in premium. We have midnight here. So I'm liking this 5 minute gap a lot. Notice how we interact with the first presented for value gap. I guess it's not super obvious, but we did reject it here. Yeah. So we're just being patient now. Once again, didn't see any opportunity yet. I should have been more selective about demo, but yeah, there's only 2 watching. Yeah, look at the New Day opening gap. We pushed into it quite a lot. So we might not have even needed to go down to that breaker. Looks like we held support at the New Day opening gap. But this is kind of what I was expecting. So New Day opening gap got swept. I guess we got SMT with this low. So I feel like, looks like, yeah, this New Day opening gap did support price here. Once again, I wanted to see us push down into that breaker. We did not. So yeah, we inverse this gap, continuing higher. Pretty straightforward. So looks like we could be about to go run that low resistance liquidity now. We're getting decent distribution up. So we swept liquidity. Now we've broken structure. or at least we've gotten displacement. Yeah, there's not really much opportunity, but I'm still here. I'm still looking. So midnight and that gap are just now hit. To be honest, I think this 1 minute gap at midnight might send price lower. No, that sounds crazy, but I think that's possible. I think we could need a rebalance to equilibrium of this displacement. And like I said, this is a gap, so people, I mean, we could actually inverse it and we keep going higher. Yeah, we might just go run that low resistance liquidity right away. It's very possible. But being patient, there's no reason to take a trade if nothing makes sense. So once again, I saw us get SMT, we shipped out that low, inverse this gap here. I guess, there wasn't much of an inverse value gap actually. Maybe it was on the 30-second. Yeah. Dodgy probably took this. So yeah, this is what I was looking for, right? 5-second change in state right here. So, okay, I want to take this on demo. Okay, I'm taking this on demo. Once again, 5-second change of state. We swept midnight, and I think we need to rebalance the equilibrium. So 1 minute gap, 5-second change of state. Just want to try it. And then let's just see, right? Yeah, exactly. You get it, Medbach. So I'm going to target these equal lows. And I'll just go all off there. So once again, what I did is I just said, okay, on the retest of this, I'm going to go short. Because we swept midnight, so I think we could rebalance the equilibrium. Nice. Good job, Haney. Yeah. Once again, this is on demo, so I should probably put the demo thing up. This is demo. So we might induce this high and take midnight again. Yeah, great job, Haney. I think we'll induce this high. Yeah. Now let's see what happens. So I'll go break even here. Once again, this was just a trade, just to practice, or just to see if just to get experience. So this literally means nothing. I just want to see, okay, we have a 1 minute gap above these highs, and it looks like we got a clear change in state. So I want to see if we run down to this third standard. Okay, break even just got hit, so I'm gonna go break even. Well, I guess I'm not at break even yet, so I'm gonna wait for us to take that low one more time. Just see it one more time. I want to see us take the low one more time, and then I'll go break even. Well, looks like. Okay. Yeah.
Stop filled.
Stop was filled on demo. All right. Yeah, that did not work out. Good to know. Good to know for the journal. I should have gone break even there, but whatever. That's why the 1 minute gap trades are kind of hard. So now it's looking more like this could have been accumulation. We have the next macro, so it's more to take your trades with macros, honestly. Once again, with No News Monday, I'm kind of anticipating us to seek and destroy. So, kind of want to see if we come back in and come back in the range. Once again, nothing on my real accounts. It's just demo because, you know. Where's H? Oh yeah, this you mean the end dog, or was it a new week opening gap too? Okay, all right. Now here we go. This is what I want to see. All right,
Order filled.
I'm gonna try this again on demo, for the second time. So once again, basically just going okay. Off of this change in state, right? I'm just like, okay, we should go run liquidity. So I'm guessing so there should be a 2 minute gap in there. Trying this again on demo, once again on demo. So 15-second change in state off of a freaking 3 minute gap. Above midnight, we got a liquidity sweep. Once again, these are the kinds of trades on No News Monday that honestly sometimes work because there's no volume, so we just chop back and forth. Yep, there we go. Alright, stop run should start now. Okay, I'm putting stop at break even. Bruh.
Stop filled.
How many break even trades is that now? That's crazy. Well, that's what I get for trading these conditions on demo once again. I should really work on being more picky on demo, but yeah. I don't know. I think it's just sometimes good to gain experience. But look at that. I think we might still go lower off of that. Yeah. Once again, a 3-minute gap here. So there's a 3-minute gap here. So 3-minute for value gap here. Oh, it's an end dog and an end log. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, not gonna lie, this looks pretty obvious at this point. Right, you see how it's a 3-minute gap. We sweep midnight. And then now, and then 15-second change in state right here. I think we'll induce these highs. Okay, should we try this one more time as an inducement of these highs? Well, I was right. I shouldn't have gone break even. I gotta work on not going break even too fast, because I'm definitely like, you know, that's something I need to work on. That's why I'm trying these on demos, because I actually do want to practice. But you can see that initial trade would have worked out, right? Okay, I'm not doing anything. I think this 15-second inversion actually might go crazy. Oh my gosh. That 15-second inversion might go crazy. We'll see. Once again, the initial trade that I was in worked out, but I'm not. It's not, once again. It's all just demo right now. This is not price action you want to be trading, really. This actually looks like a really nice 1-minute change in state. Wait, 1-minute change in state, 15-minute gap? Okay, this looks really good. This looks really, really good. We're in the Hydra macro as well. This looks really good. I could even take this on my real accounts, but well, is it good enough is the question. Yeah, it's a 15-minute premium gap. We swept midnight, reacting off the event horizon. Hmm. Hmm. I almost want to take this on my real accounts, but I just don't want it to be a mistake. So we might induce this high here. We might tap the sniper entry. I could see this really actually playing out where we induce this high. I don't think it's good enough for my real accounts though. I think this is way better than all. Not wanting it to be a mistake is not a reason to enter a trade. Losing is part of the game. Yeah, if we induce this high, Gary, weren't you the guy who just said that I was gambling? So yeah, 15-minute for value gap, 1-minute change in state. And the reason I like this is because I want to see this breaker get hit. I want to see this breaker get hit. If we induce these highs, I'm genuinely considering it. The only thing is the RR is just crazy. So I might need to take it on half risk. What do you guys think? How about on half risk? I think I need to take this on half risk. So this would be... Oh, that's so many cons. So yeah, half risk would be 5 cons. Half risk would be 5 cons, so 105. Should I try it? If this candle closes like this, I think I'll try it. Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Order filled.
And then I'm gonna take it on my other accounts as well. So this is a half risk trade. I'm taking this on half risk because I don't have a ton of confidence, but yeah, I'm taking this on my real accounts. So I'm basically taking this as a 1 minute change in state right here. This might be a mistake. We'll see. Right, I entered off of. Hopefully this is not a mistake. But we had a 1 minute change day delivery off the 15-minute gap. So I basically took the entry just like I would a normal trade. But I waited until we got the OTE test. So basically this is my trade, right? Just a 1 minute change of state off a 15-minute gap, but instead I waited until we'd already tapped OTE and got the inducement. And then and then I entered then. Does that make sense? Like I waited until we had the OTE tap and then the inducement and then I entered. So let's see if we have SMT. It's on my real accounts, but half risk. I don't know if I might regret it, so we'll see. It's half risk. It's a mistake. It's probably a mistake. Whatever. I'm already in. It's too late. I don't know, man. It's not that convincing. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Like, once again, if today's gonna be seek and destroy, this could play out, but yeah. I'm not gonna cut losses because I think OTE should hold. So. I think there's a decent chance OTE could hold. If we can get this placement, I think I'm gonna go break even below the low because this should not come back at this point. And I'm gonna target the I'm gonna target wherever the liquidity pool is down here. I'm gonna target this liquidity pool right here. This is the liquidity pool I'm gonna target. Okay. I'm just gonna take this trade as is once again. I want to see whether this works or not.
Order
Oh, I got
filled.
stopped out. Somehow I ended up risking my full size. I got stopped out on some of the accounts, but not all of them. Whatever.
Stop filled.
Alright, the rest got stopped out. How did I... Oh my... I accidentally lost 700 on that, on the evals. Alright. That honestly kind of sucks, but you know what? It is what it is. Once again, I would have taken profit right there. I would have targeted 2 to 1. Yeah. Oh well. It is what it is. Obviously, that's disappointing. Obviously, it's disappointing. I probably just should not have done that on my real accounts. I'm gonna journal it. I think that this is not good price action for my real accounts. Dang it, dude. Yeah, I'm not too upset. It was okay, but it wasn't amazing. It was not amazing. Whatever. We move on. But yeah, I don't tilt. I don't get upset. I just accept it. Move on. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go on that walk now. It was not obvious enough. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't obvious enough, personally, for me. Oh well. Moving on. Yeah, no news Mondays are hard, and I think, yeah, just gotta be more careful. Set a timer for 2 minutes. I actually want to see, real quick, I want to see, this is a 5-minute gap. Now we swap liquidity. Now we might be getting 30-second. I want to try this on demo. So let's try this on demo where we retest this. We got the 30-second change in state right here. So okay, I'm trying this on demo where we have 5-minute gap, 30-second change in state. This is much more obvious, I'm not gonna lie.
Order filled.
So this is on demo. Great, dude, of course. This is much more obvious. And then now we're gonna target those equal lows. Yeah. Once again, 5-minute gap. Should not have taken the other trade though. And then 30-second. So I like this a lot better. I'm gonna enter more on the retest of this on demo.
Order filled.
This is on demo. Whoops. So no more trades for real, unfortunately. So we swap the high into that gap. Let's see if we get distribution. This one's much more obvious in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not gonna give post-trade approval to that other trade. Dang it, dude. What was I thinking? Trading's hard to make objective decisions, so anyway, we move on. Okay. Yeah. Oh, see, like I said, this one was much more obvious, and it's unfortunate because this one's the one that worked out, and so, or is working out so far, so. you know, that's trading. So. Pretty annoyed, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just go on a walk, I guess. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Alright. Alright, that got
Stop
break even.
filled.
Oh my gosh. That was not a good trade. I'm so mad. The original one. Just try my best. But the thing is, I don't tilt. I just accept it. I move on. Oh. The thing about the trade I took was I don't know. It just could have been more obvious. I don't know. Okay. I'm actually... Yeah, this is terrible price action. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on a walk too. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna keep the stream going because I'm supposed to, but I'm not gonna look at price action right now. So I'm just gonna go on a walk. Whatever. The important thing is just don't tilt. Just accept the loss. Move on. All right. Um. It wasn't nearly obvious enough. Whatever. Whatever. Lesson learned. Look at that. Right into the low of the dealing range. You guys, people really think GoBot is not a thing. Hello, market maker model, occurred right there. Where do we get the change state delivery? Right here. Oh my gosh, and look at that. Right at the end dog too. This actually, you know what? This is actually perfect. Oh my gosh. Do I just suck? What is wrong? Look at this. You could have just targeted midnight right there. Bang. My gosh. Now I'm actually. Look at that. From low the dealing range. If you wanted to play it extra safe, you could have taken this 1 minute order block and then found 5-second change to stay off of it. Right? 1 minute order block. Oh my gosh. There's so much opportunity all the time. It's just hard to catch it in real time is the thing. Oh my gosh. Whatever. We move on. Look at that. We're just learning. We're learning every day. Look at this change state, and then we induce this low at the same time. Whatever. I don't even care. It's just a process. It's just trading. Yeah. This was the change in state that actually mattered, right? This change in state right here. And yes, I consider this change in state. I'm now realizing that this counts. It's a 2022 gap as well. And then basically you're like, okay, well, let's just measure this order block. So you measure this order block out. Stop loss below the order block. And then we go to the fourth standard deviation, which is aligned with this liquidity pool here. So, moral of the story, I just suck. Actually, I just target all these highs here. We actually tap the body perfectly. Whatever. One day at a time. $13 left. Oh my gosh. when I trade my accounts, hey, what up, Kirk? When I trade my accounts tomorrow, I think I'm only gonna trade 2 evals instead of 4 of them. Yeah. Should have just been trading 2 evals at a time. So. On the Apex. Nah, that trade I took was not that good. Journal. It's journal. Okay. So, personally, I wanted to see us. Now that I'm looking at it, it actually makes a lot of sense what happened. I wanted to see us tap this breaker because I knew this breaker was going to be very sensitive because it's this highest up close candle before this giant move down that sweeps liquidity, and we had SMT with it. So I was looking for us to react off of this breaker. And in hindsight now, I can see that we actually react off of this breaker. And why react off of this one? Well, this one is the highest up close candle, and that's the one you want to use. So I thought that you might want to use the one that comes closest before the drop. And yeah, sometimes that's true, but in this case, the highest up close candle was the one that was most sensitive. And you could even work it out like this. So you can see how sensitive we react off of this. So the highest up close candle on the 15 minutes, then on the 1 minute, right? This is not the trade I took. This is just me making observations about what happened. 15-minute breaker. We end up getting SMT with this low here with ES. And then this is what I wanted to see, to be honest. I wanted to see us get a buy model, and unfortunately, I should have marked out this breaker here because clearly we react off of this, we fill it perfectly, and then all throughout here there's no obvious change state delivery until, and I'm just now learning this day by day, is this actually will count as a change of state. Why? Because this order block is now a valid order block. So anytime you have an order block, that's also going to be by definition, a change in state of delivery is literally an order block. So see how this is an order block and a fair value gap. So 15-minute breaker, 1 minute change in state. If I measure out the order block, we go up to that 4th standard deviation. And yeah, and I would have targeted these triple equal highs here. So this is in hindsight, right? Obviously, you know, talking in hindsight, but I want to get better. So yeah. Anyway, we go from there up to that high. Now the trade I took was I wanted to kind of see us come back down because once again I thought we were gonna go down to this breaker. So I kind of wanted to see us reject this gap here. And so on the 1 minute, I waited for a 1 minute change in state. And then I took this as a 1 minute change in state. And you can see I got stopped out. It is what it is. But yeah, 1 minute change in state off a 15-minute gap, liquidity sweep. But yeah, whatever. I'm obviously, you know, disappointed, but we're gonna learn from it. And I think One thing about this is, I thought honestly that this LRLR above, I thought we were gonna save it for another time. But it looks like we're gonna go run it right now. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll learn for next time. And the reason I like this so much is because you can see midnight's right here. So we were above all of our time levels. We sweep midnight, and we also had a new week opening gap event horizon there too. So like this thing, you see that new week opening gap event horizon. So it definitely wasn't terrible, but did not work out. So yeah, whatever. Once again, 5-minute change in state here. And I thought that OT of this was gonna hold, and I don't know. I think it was okay. Obviously, I'm a little disappointed though. And then I was gonna target this liquidity pool here. Whatever. I think we just had to be aligned with the higher time frame, and I really thought we were gonna at least push into this breaker. Whatever. Try. Two more minutes. Well, I'm trying my best. Alright. One more minute. Alright, 11:10 Eastern. I'll see you guys.